Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. Today, instead of working on the armadillo and wolf enclosure like I said we would, we are actually going to move behind our clock tower building, our original storage building, and we are going to begin work. We are going to break ground on the new town square. This is going to be between the clock tower right here and over here our pink outline where our museum will eventually be. It will be a large circle, we will have a nice fountain in the middle, we will have some stands and shops and all different kinds of things surrounding it, but I decided I want to work on this today because we have this whole valley space right behind here that we haven't even really touched. We've expanded quite a bit this way, almost all the way to the village now with our bridge over there, and we've expanded over in this direction with our lake, so we are now butting up against the mountains on this side, the village over there, and of course, right over here, we are building almost all the way to the top of this hill right up here where all of our escapees are lingering. But we haven't really gone this way towards the east, so that is what we are going to work on today, because I would like to also have our wolf enclosure be over here, but I don't want to have that be 100 blocks away from everything else or whatever, and not connected to a path or anything like that. So we are going to work on bridging this whole area of our small town right here with this area and start working over towards our boathouse that is way off in the fog over in that direction. To begin, we are going to, well, you have probably noticed I've already gone ahead and removed all of the trees from our once existing tree farm right here. We will get that relocated and taken care of in a future episode. For now, we don't really need the wood all that much, and the wood that we do need in bulk, we already have quite a bit of. So we are going to remove these torches. Actually, we will need to remove them, but I'm going to leave them here for now. And we are going to start working on the circle that will be the city center, I guess. The town square, or town circle, I suppose is what we could call it. I also have located our missing trident. It was in a shulker box over by the bee farm, the one that we had filled up when we were searching for all of our advancements. Of course, we never actually used it, but everything in here was what we were using for that episode, and our trident is right in there. So we will store that away safely in the ender chest so that the next time we get a thunderstorm, we know exactly where to find it. But I've also brought back all of the rest of our shulker boxes that I could find scattered throughout our town right here, and there are quite a bit of them, and they're almost all full. So I have quite a bit of sorting to do. Of course, I will not bore you guys to death with all of that. Today, we are going to need some stone and cobblestone and all of our path blocks, because we are going to match that town square, center, circle, whatever we want to call it, we are going to match that with our existing path. And now it has come back to bite me. I do not have any shulker boxes, so I will need to empty one of these. And we really don't have much in the way of gravel or andesite. I'm trying to get 4 stacks of each block. We have about 3 stacks of gravel and the same for andesite, and that's all we have. We might have a little bit more gravel up here in the bulk storage. I do recall going to the nether and digging a bunch of gravel, so I will see if I can find it. Well, we did not have any up there, so unless there's a chest out here somewhere, I'm not sure. I'm gonna pick up that scoop that I see over here. Perhaps the concrete facility might house a little bit of gravel, but if it does not, we will once again have to return to the nether and mine some more. And it looks like that will be our only option for that. I'm surprised we've already used up that much. there has to be a shulker box or chest somewhere that has more gravel in it. I just don't know where it is. In the meantime, though, we can at least get started on carving out the circle, so we will head over there. I don't have a Silk Touch shovel that has anything less than efficiency 5, so we are just going to have to deal with the occasional block breaking that we don't want to break. But I'm going to start by outlining the circle, and then we will dig out the middle. And the circle will be 47 blocks across and 47 blocks in that direction as well. So nice and large, it'll give us plenty of space around the circle to work with. And of course we will have to do some terraforming, bring all of that grass up over there, or maybe the museum will have a basement. That could be where all of the restorations and things like that happen before the items go on to display. So we have about half of the circle outlined before I ran into the edge of the grass. So we will dig all of this area out, and then we will finish the outline with our actual blocks once we start to fill in this path. Really nothing to it, just a pretty basic large circle. I did, however, uncover a cave right over here, which has been the source of a lot of mob noises recently, so we are going to drop down in here. Of course, we will be greeted by a number of mobs, and I'm assuming all of this dirt is from Enderman, which is very impressive, actually, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time also very, very annoying. So that is all lit up now. We should hopefully not have any more monster spawns down here, and maybe these Endermen will stop stealing dirt from us as well. But I'm thinking what I will do over here is actually fill this in entirely with grass, just so we don't have any hollow space underneath where we could potentially have more monster spawns. Plus we will be working with a little bit of gravel as well, so we will need some kind of solid ground underneath that. We have a lot of grass from what we just dug out, so we should be okay. And there we go. I got all of the grass up here leveled off, so now we can start placing down our path, all of our different stone materials that we have here in the shulker box, and we will fill in this entire circle. I will definitely need a lot more than what we already have, and it will require us to go out and mine some more andesite, gravel, but we should be good on stone, cobblestone, and stone bricks. We may need a little bit more tuff as well, but we're just going to start filling this in and see how it goes. Well, we might actually be okay. This is our first set of the stacks of materials. This is one stack of each material, so 6 stacks in total, and we have 3 sets of total stacks for everything before we will run out, so we might actually be okay. We will just have to see. I do plan on having a somewhat large fountain here in the middle, so we won't necessarily have to fill that in right here, but again, we will just keep filling this in. I'm just kind of working my way around the outside and going in 1 stack of materials at a time. And there we go, it is all filled in. I did have to go get, whoa, he just spawned right in front of us. I guess he wants to check out our new town square as well. Nothing we really need from him, so we will leave him be. But I have filled in all of the path now. As I was saying, I did have to travel to the nether, get a little bit more gravel, and go into the caves for a little bit more andesite. But for the most part, we pretty much had everything we needed. So I'm gonna fly up here now. I have not taken a bird's eye look at this yet, but I'd say that's pretty good. I think I overdid it on the tough, but other than that, I think that works pretty nicely. I think it looks really good. Of course, here in the middle, that is where the fountain will be, so that's why there's not a lot of variation right there. And yeah, I think the tuff will have to be replaced a little bit. Maybe some of those we will swap for stairs and slabs to give the path a little bit more texture, like what we have down there. But now we can go ahead and work on the fountain. So for that, I will be using stone bricks for the outline on that, and I will get a couple stacks of these, and we can fly on down here and line ourselves up here in the middle where we will have the fountain. And this will just be a circle just to match the rest of the town square. I think I'm gonna call it a town center since it isn't a square. I think that would make a lot more sense. So there we go, and then I can just fill in these corners right here, and we will have 4 smaller fountains and 1 large stream in the middle. We will actually use walls for these since they are a little bit more thin and they can be waterlogged as well. So we can start to fill up the base in here with water, and that will fill in. There we go. And then we can make some stone brick walls, and these will be our pillars where the water will come out. The smaller ones will be 3 blocks tall, and the large one in the middle will be 7 blocks tall, and we will also have a slab on top of each of these. There we go, and then we can just waterlog all of these walls now. And that is how that is going to look. So I will just finish up these smaller ones now, and then the fountain will be finished. And there we go. There is our finished fountain. Very nice. I may actually fill in these corners as well, just to complete the look a little bit more. How does that look? Yeah, I like that. Awesome. So I think what we will do now is have a few planters going around, kind of separating this inner part of the circle from the outside, so these will sort of be lined up in the middle. So I'm gonna go grab some glass and maybe some trapdoors to outline those. And it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but I do want a decent gap, so maybe something like that. Is that 8 blocks? Yeah, 8 blocks, and then on that side, it is 8 blocks as well, so that is perfect. Centered, and we will just do that. And is that lined up in the middle? It sure is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we will just fill in right here. Now, I might do some curvature, but if I do that, I won't be able to do trapdoors going all the way around. The other option, of course, would be to put these planters 1 block into the path, which might actually be the way to go. I think we're gonna do that instead. So let me remove all of those blocks, and we will just break that middle block right there, and then that will allow us to have a little bit of curvature. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then if we go this way as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we can curve this a little bit more. There we go, much better. And then we can have planters here on the curved sections as well. Yeah, I think that works really well, and if we had a couple more small planters right in there, I think it will be a really nice green space for us. Alright, we have a thunderstorm, so we of course know what that means. I actually wonder if we can protect the wandering trader from a lightning strike. So let's quickly grab our lightning rod, which is right here in the copper products, and our trident out of the ender chest. Let's go place this down next to our wandering trader if he is still lingering. Well, he has gone invisible, but maybe this will still work. So let's throw our trident at the copper, and that did not work. So let's head into the village where it hopefully will, but maybe we can still strike the wandering trader. Of course, I don't want to do it too close to our wood structure. He has stepped out a little bit, and I don't think we got any kind of advancement for that. He is not a witch. So let's head over to the village where we can protect a villager from a lightning strike using a copper rod. A lightning rod. So we will place that down right there. We will hit that with lightning, and there we go, Surge Protector. That is taken care of. Now let's go find a different village where we can actually strike a villager. Or I guess we could just go back to our home right here and use one of our villagers from the villager breeder. We can just go ahead and activate a minecart right here, which will take a villager out. We can strike the villager. There we go, and let's quickly kill that witch before it becomes a problem for us. There we go, 2 more new advancements. And now we can sleep off this thunderstorm. Alright, the planters are now all in place. Let's fly up and have a look at this. I think I achieved pretty good curvature on those corner ones. Yeah, I would say that's not terrible. For the size that we are restricted to, it's definitely difficult to get that nice curvature, but I think that works quite nicely. Of course, it looks more like a rounded square, but that's okay. I like the look of it. Plus, when we are on the ground and we have trees and things like that, it will barely be noticeable. So now our next step is going to be lights. We are again continuing the same pattern that we have done in the rest of the town, or at least the newer areas of town. We will have those same lights over here. It's just a matter of figuring out where we want to put them. I might do one on each of the corners of the fountains, and then maybe in each of the planters. Of course, I do want to have trees as well, so maybe we will we'll figure it out. We will go with something that looks nice. So we will begin with our lanterns here in the corners, and if we step back from that, yeah, I think that looks really nice, and we will do that on all 4 of these corners. There we go, just as another rainstorm moves in, but we have our lighting now here in the middle, so now we can figure out lighting around the edge. And I think what I will do is just line up in the middle of each of the planters here with the edge, same thing right here, so I guess that would be there. Yeah, that right there, and these will just go all the way around the edge and should provide adequate lighting, and the middle should hopefully light up here. Of course, if it doesn't, we can always do some landscape lighting around the trees, light up the planters, and things like that. And I am finishing up the lanterns here, and it's actually looking like it will be enough lighting. I mean, we may be lacking a little bit right there. Nothing a torch or 2 can't fix in the short term, and once this is more complete, we will have hopefully a little bit better lighting in here. But I am very happy with how this is all coming together now. Again, if we fly up to our bird's eye view on the clock tower, that is all looking very nice. Maybe we could even hide some lanterns in the trees once we get those planted. So I'm gonna go sleep off this rain, and we will do the landscaping, and then I think we will be just about finished with our new city center. And I am not going to do any custom trees, at least initially, so I just grabbed a few of the saplings that we will be using, and we will stick with those for now. So we will go with an oak sapling right there. That looks nice. And let me put the sword here into our offhand. I grabbed a bunch of flowers as well. And let's go with maybe a birch. Hopefully we get, well, no. I want a little bit of variation between the designs of the tree. So we will go with a spruce tree right there. And let's do a cherry tree right here. Very nice. And then maybe a birch next to it. Perfect. I am liking that so far. We can do another birch right here. And another oak. Oops. Well, I guess that works. And we will put an oak tree right there. Perfect. Over here, we can do another cherry tree. And I was hoping I would get that tree going in this direction, but that's okay. We may even throw up. Well, let's go with another spruce right here. There we go. I like that. Over here, another cherry tree. Perfect. And we can do another birch tree. And an oak tree right here. Another birch tree. And we need a tree right here. We will go with a spruce in the middle. Perfect. Is that all of them? We have one more planter right over here. How about another cherry tree? Hopefully we get a nice shape. How about that? That is a beautiful tree. Adequate shade for this area. And we may even throw up one more spruce. Why not? Well, we are out of bone meal. That will grow naturally here pretty soon. So now we can get some flowers placed down. And I brought some bamboo over as well that we can also place. And we will just put that where it has access to the sky. There we go. And I will start filling in some flowers around here as well. And there we go, right in front of our eyes, the spruce tree has grown, and that's a pretty nice looking spruce tree. Nice and small, compact, fits the space very well. And all of our flowers are placed down. I will go get some more bone meal, and we can bone meal the rest of the grass here. And then I want to place a few of these petals as well. And we will just hit each of these planters once or twice with some bone meal to fill in that empty grass and give it that last little bit of texture. Perfect. And of course, our city square or our city center, town center, wouldn't be complete without a few park benches. So let's get these placed down. Maybe one more back, I think. Kind of centered between the planters and the fountains, and we will just have 4 of these, one on each side. And we will get some signs placed down on either side. And it looks like we will need a little bit more light. So for that, I will just keep things simple, and we will go with some very basic lanterns on a spruce fence, kind of centered right here between those benches, and that should provide enough lighting to finish up that area. Let's check the light level right here. That probably won't be enough. Well, it looks like we're not getting down to 0, so I guess we are okay. There we go, and of course our lighting issues now stem from the outer edge of the path, but that won't be an issue in the long term because we will have lots of buildings and things like that, so there won't be any places for mobs to be able to spawn. But I will still go around the edge and place some torches for now, just to keep mobs away. But with our new town center all finished, that is where we are going to end the episode for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit different than what I originally intended on doing, but this will open up a whole new area of construction and future development for us to be able to have our wolf enclosure, our armadillo enclosure, and our museum, of course, which will come at a very later date. We will also have a bunch of other smaller buildings around the edge right here. But it is a really nice space to be in. It is very zen and relaxing, so I am excited to have this, and I am so happy with how it turned out and how it fits in with the rest of our town. But if you enjoyed today's video, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!